Facebook land. You know what time it is. It's 11:11. Down on the floor again. I finally got my new phone transferred to my old service, so we'll have a little adjustment period here. With the new screen size, which is bigger and smaller all at the same time. I can't see a thing. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Anyhow, I'm here as usual to be a little silly and to check in with my body, keep my agreement with myself, do a little stretching and strengthening, and I invite you to join me if you feel like it, to whatever degree you feel like it. Being that I've got the camera aimed at this little patch of floor here, I'm starting off in a squatting position, but I'm going to sit down. Let's take off the puffy shirt. I got the heater going. I think we'll warm up. It's a little bit chilly this Saturday. Is it Saturday? I think it is. It's Saturday. I'm going to take a couple of breaths, shake out some tension. Bring my awareness into my sits bones. Root myself into the center of the earth. There we are. Rooted, hung from the sky. Shaking out the tensions of yesterday. Making way for the tensions of today. Yep, it's important to do daily, just like washing your face and brushing your teeth and changing your socks. It's important to let go of old stresses so that you can handle the new ones that are definitely on their way. That makes it sound like I'm stressed, but actually, I'm not too stressed. I'm riding it out all right. I hope you are too. Still cannot see from here to there with those glasses. I can with my contacts, but I don't have the contacts in. I'm going to turn this way just because I feel like it. And let's do some forward folding with a relatively straight back. Just aiming my chin for my toes. See if I can get my toes in the frame. I can't. Like I said, I'm working with a new unfamiliar camera. Got a new frame to work with. I'll get it figured out. About the time I do, things will change again. That's how it goes, right? Notice my boots are uneven. Heavens! Again, relatively flat back, bending from the hips, just kind of exploring that forward fold stretch toward the toes, and then I'm going to round the spine, aiming forehead for knees. Just relaxing into that, checking in with the spine, checking in with the legs, relaxing the belly, relaxing the legs, relaxing the back. And then again, with a relatively flat back, aiming chin for toes. I'm going to use my hands on the legs to kind of pull into that stretch a little bit. And then rounding again, forehead for knees. Just feeling the stretch, feeling things let go, feeling things relax. And then again with a relatively flat back, aiming chin for toes, pulling the toes back a little bit to increase that stretch on the backs of the legs. And then rounding again. And then I'm going to reach past the toes coming up with a relatively straight back. I'm going to walk forward. It's a fun exercise to do, actually, just for playfulness on the floor. Do those a couple of those. Walk forward on your butt and walk backwards on your butt. If you didn't have your legs, this would be the quickest way around the house, probably. I guess you might be able to use your arms. Anyway, it's good exercise even if you do have legs, which I hope you still do, but if you don't, I hope you're still getting around your living room. I'm going to bring both palms of feet together to continue with the silliness here. Do a little foot clapping and then bringing these feet in close to the groin, coming back onto those sits bones and pushing the knees toward the ground, using my hands on my feet to pull the chest forward. Sometimes I can put the elbows on the legs. Just again, giving that a few breaths to relax. I like to wiggle those knees, flap them a little bit like butterfly wings. You can do both together or one at a time. Mostly just giving those muscles a little time, a few breaths, to realize that they can relax. You can try, if you have trouble stretching or relaxing, you might blow your own mind with trying to tense things. So like, for example, here I'm going to tense these legs up, tense up in these muscles here, just pulling up a little bit, and then release those and relax. And you'll find that the reflex action of muscle groups will allow you to stretch much, much more after you tense up that muscle group and then relax it. And so when you think about it, one of the easiest examples is our bicep and tricep on the arms. These are corresponding muscle groups. If you tense up the bicep, then it stretches the tricep. Right now I'm kind of tensing both just by doing that, but it's shortening this muscle group and lengthening this muscle group. And then if you relax them after tensing them, now I'm thinking that's a terrible example. In any case, because you can't see the relaxation, you can feel it. But the point being that you will get a greater relaxation response after a round of tension. And I guess I was combining that with the idea of opposing muscle groups, which is kind of a different point to make. Enough about all that. Let's do some more stretching of the arms because that felt good. I'm going to bring the left arm across the body and just try to relax it, passively stretching it, using this arm to get the stretch, as opposed to, so what I mean by passive versus active is you can stretch the arm using the arm itself, and then you're engaging the muscles, and that's one kind of stretching. But then, as I was just trying to explain, the opposing action to that, the passive action, would be to release all the muscles and just let gravity, or in this case, another arm, or if you had a massage therapist or a physical therapist with you, then they could help stretch that muscle for you. That's what I'm doing with this right arm to the left. I'm going to actively pull that shoulder down a little bit, and then again try to relax, pulling that. You can kind of play with raising and lowering where you're stretching from using this other arm. And I'm going to release that, stretching that back a little bit. Let's pull those behind the back. I'm going to shift this way just for demonstration purposes. I'm going to roll the elbows and the shoulders together, gazing up, lifting the chest, pulling those fingers out. I'm going to roll forward. I still have my legs crossed, just because that's how they ended up. You can put your legs out forward or around the spine like I am here. I encourage you to play around with that. Coming back to neutral, I'm going to release that and do the other side, pulling the right arm across the body. Let's do it actively, pulling, and then using this left arm and just relaxing that right arm into the stretch, pulling it across the body, and actively drop that shoulder and just give that some time to release. For me, sometimes it takes 3 or more breaths, I find, to really just kind of, I'll feel waves of release, waves of relaxation. just by bringing awareness into those muscles and giving them permission, encouragement to relax, and time. Lift that and lower it a little bit. Just exploring that stretch through the shoulder. Feels pretty good. Did a lot of heavy lifting yesterday, so I got a lot of soreness in here, so just kind of working that out. Shake that out a little. I'm going to bring the arms again behind the back, this time with the legs out front. Bringing those shoulders together, elbows together, lifting the chest, lifting the eyes. Just kind of sliding those fingers out behind me. Give you a nice stretch through the front and through the back, really. And then I'm going to lift those and forward fold with a relatively straight back again, aiming chin for toes. Lifting those fingers, still rolling, actively rolling the shoulders and elbows together. And then I'm going to release the muscle groups, but keeping the hands together and just roll. Just kind of let the body collapse over the legs and letting the arms collapse down, just keeping fingers clasped to kind of keep them back there. And give those arms and legs and back a passive stretch, just letting gravity do the work and breathing into that for a couple of breaths. I'm going to bring the arms around front, using them for just a little bit of traction on the legs, pulling the body down a little bit more. Relaxing the belly, relaxing the back, relaxing the arms, relaxing the neck, relaxing the legs. Jiggle those feet around a little bit to help those legs relax. And then I'm going to lift the body with a relatively straight back again, reaching out past those legs. Coming up, let's add a little bit of a twist over to the left, keeping both sits bones nice and rooted in the ground. Try not to lift one side or the other, but just twisting through the torso, giving all those organs a nice little hug. Over to the right, looking past that shoulder, and then back to neutral. Shake that out. I'm going to come back into that squat position. Again, using elbows on knees, pressing the heels down. Pulling the chest forward. And then I'm going to bring weight onto hands and lift the butt, pressing up into a forward fold standing, releasing the hands, and just hanging here, letting gravity do more unwinding. Hang on to the head or the hair, just to add a slight bit of weight. Giving that a couple of breaths. Let's come over to the left for a slight twist. Using the hands on the leg for torque. I'm going to lift that left hand, increasing that twist, giving those organs a nice hug. Nice wringing out. Coming back to the center, using both hands on both legs. Looking behind me, still trying to release through the belly, through the low back, through the shoulders. Let's come over to the right, using the right leg for a brace, pulling with the left for a little twist. And then increasing that twist. Raising the right hand, gazing up past the fingertips. Bringing all that back to center. Pulling again and looking behind the body. And I'm going to bend the knees a little bit, just to not lock them, and roll up. Slowly stacking one vertebrae on the next. Checking in with the spine. Let's wiggle that out a little bit. Can almost stay in camera if I do squats I can. Maybe we'll do 100 any reps squat style. It's been far too long since I did. So I'm not committing yet to the whole 100. This is not the formal, so like in the gym they would teach you to do squats like you're sitting down on a chair, relatively flat back. Try not to lift the toes like I'm doing there, and in fact you might try it against the wall initially. Gain that leg strength. What I'm going to do is a different kind of squats, closer to the squat I was doing earlier, and it's just really for quickness and sloppiness. I like to come up and clap, come down, other hand in the middle. I'm going to come into a little bit of a deeper stance just so I can see you. You can see me. These are kind of, I don't know what to call them, squat claps. I like to raise the hands and clap up high, except for I'm hitting dome right here. So I'm going to modify again, just adapt into the new equipment. We'll get this down. Let's count backwards. Shall we count? I don't think I can count backwards and do this. It's just that much, too much effort. So let's do forwards then. We'll call this 3, 4, 5. Definitely not doing 100 of these today. 6, 7. I'm feeling my lack of doing them. 8, 9, 10, which is why it's a great thing I'm doing them. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm going to feel that tomorrow already. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, I'm aiming for 40, 39, 40, whew, definitely feeling the lack of doing those. I'm going to do some of these to finish off my 100 any reps. Might even change those up. We'll do 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. You hear me out of breath. It's what you get when you don't keep in practice. I'm going to do some stretching of those legs. Come into a wide stance and do some hip dips. Try not to pop those hips out of socket or legs out of hips. It's a nice stretch for the thigh and I catch my breath. That's one version of my 100 any reps, which by definition is any reps, as long as I count them. They can be sloppy, they can be big, they can be small, they can be the same, they can be different. That's my way of holding myself to do them no matter what. I'm going to push into this hip now. Moving weight from the right, pushing into the left. Pushing into the right. Pushing into the left. Pushing into the right. And let's do hip slides. Bringing that stretch into the torso. Keeping the hips relatively parallel to the floor. Sometimes you kind of got to pull that hip down and keeping weight on both feet for this one. All right. Shake it out a little bit. Let's do some ankle rotations. Speaking of shaking things out. We'll do some little circles, some medium circles from the knee. Haven't done these in a while. Just trying to relax that supporting side. Let's do some big hip circles. And the other way. Almost can cheat. Not almost, I can if I want to. Well, it's not cheating, but I could lean. Can lean on the edge of the dome here. Like I said, I'll have to work on, in fact, I can kind of work that out right now a little bit. There we go. Small circles on the other side. Again, relaxing that supporting leg. Try not to counter lean too much, but doing what you got to do to also not fall over. Going the other way, small circles, and then let's do medium circles from the knee. And the other way. And then big hip circles. Just noticing how the two sides are different, how the strength is today, how the balance is today, where the hitches are and the giddy up, where the suppleness and smoothness and strength is, what the body's got to say today. Finishing up those big circles. Stomp that out a little bit. Let's do little circles with the hands on wrists. Just checking in with all the fingers. Stretching into that. And let's do medium circles with the shoulders. Breathing in on the way up. And releasing. And the other way. Let's do big circles if we can. I might have to come a little out of frame to not hit the dome. Can I do it? Not really, without hitting the dome. It's alright, we'll go big circles. And the other way, again, you can breathe in on the way up. Add the knees if you want. Shake that out. Shake it, shake it. My hands are back to swollen. Back to not quite having my clap snaps, but that's okay. Getting used to it. It's a pretty overcast day out there. I lost my glasses. There they are. It's good to see some of you out there. Karen, Alan, Eliath. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Remember to breathe and smile or hold your breath and scowl. Choice is yours. I hope you're remembering to give your body a little love, add a little playfulness to your day wherever you can. Remember that you are worthy of your own unconditional love. You are enough exactly as you are. Happy Saturday. I'll be seeing you.